What's going on, guys? Little Area 51 here with a brand new Animal Simulator video. If you haven't hit subscribe, please give that button a little ringle dingle for me and drop all your comments in the section provided below. Lastly but not least, if you'd like to be notified of my freshly made vids hot off the press, turn that notification bell to on. Right, guys, this isn't going to be one of those awesome entertaining videos. It's more of an idea, so to speak. Now, I've been hearing a lot of chit chat in the realm of animals being able to carry more than one person at a time. Now, there's been speculations due to animal sizes and stuff like that, it'd be a bit harder to put 2 to 3 people on a cat or a dog or something. It'd look ridiculous. Now, I have an easy solution. Maybe not easy, but it's an easy solution in the sense that it is a perfect idea that can be ascertained and inserted into the game. Now, if we jump up to this top little right hand, we've got a thing here called inventory. Okay, it doesn't seem to get used for anything. Here lies my solution. So for your smaller animals, i.e. horses and so forth, and dogs and all these animals that can carry, you can put things into those inventories. So if we go into, let's say, we become a dog, for example, doesn't matter which one. So we become a dog, that when we highlight the inventory for this certain animal, it would have, say, let's say, for example, dogs. What can dogs do to carry people? The sleds, obviously. You have your sled dogs that can carry people, and you could probably have a person on the back of the dog and can carry on his sled maybe another couple of people and can cruise around with some people. Same as the horse. The horse could have a horse and cart. These are things that actually happen in the real world. It's not far-fetched. They actually do it in real life, and the bigger the animal, the more carrying capacity it could have, and you could easily insert that into the inventory of that animal by just tapping on it, and bang, it'll come down where the food is, down there with the fireball and torch. Just be an extra slot. Simple. You can just tap on it and there it is. You wouldn't even have to put it in inventory. Just certain animals that have the ability to do that would have that in their option down below where the fireball is, and you can just tap it. It'd be like a radio thing, and the radio pops up, say with the sled, and it will attach, and people can have the ability to ride in tandem, and probably more. Like the rhinos could probably pull more people and so forth. Ideally, if you need bigger animals, I've only been saying it since the time I've started playing this game. Whack those elephants in there. We could deal with some elephants. I'm not worried about this hitbox problem, because we fight bosses in this game that stand nearly 3 stories high, so there's no drama with that, but they're easy solutions. So let's go through the animals here. So obviously the rideable animals, like the dinosaurs, you could put some sort of dinosaur type bone cart that it would carry and stuff like that. Or maybe he'd have something else attached to his seating arrangement on his back, same as the horse. And the bears, they could all have their own unique type of carriage, cart, sled, and things to that effect that would obviously be added down here in your little inventory area. So that's Area 51's solution to that dilemma, and I'm hoping that in the future that actually gets added into the game, because I think it would be a great feature to be able to carry more than one person around. You got a group of friends, you all like to cruise around and do stuff, and not to mention, could you imagine war on a horseback with a cart, with a couple of people on the back of there hurling fireballs at other horse cart ridden people? Oh my god, that would be so much fun. You'd be sitting there, you could add more horses in there, like the dogs and the cats, and have different types of style of horses in there. I think that would be a great feature, because at the moment we've only got 4 horses, and 2 of which are Game Pass. So we could add a lot more variety of these horses and have these huge Wild Westy type, medieval wars where everyone's on horseback and you have your team and clans and stuff, whatnot. In these, you could even have different types of carts, like gladiator type style, with the dome around the front half of it with an open back and the carriage and stuff, and have people running around on these horses hurling fireballs and stuff like that. You could even add different types of weapons. So let's say, for example, you don't want to do fireballs, you could throw spears or something like that. You can change out your shootable weapons to have different styles of attacking. Instead of having these fireballs coming out like we're a bunch of wizards, you could be hurling spears. Same concept, still based on the same damage that you would have with your fireball. It still travel at the same speed as the fireball. All you're doing is changing the animation from a fireball to a spear to knives and stuff like that. And you could add different type of projectile weapons in there, and maybe even add it as a feature like the snowball was back in the day, and have a double projectile feature where we could highlight both fireball and snowball, alternating between, to get a little bit of double rapid fire going on. I think the game needs a bit of direction in that sense, where it needs more substance, it needs more depth into the game, instead of just it's generic based and it seems to be sitting around at the moment. Now we are obviously currently waiting for those dances to come through, and believe me, I can't wait for that to land, because that that is going to change the dynamic of this game like really, really, really well, in my opinion. I think it's going to bring a lot of fun, a lot of partying, and a lot of unique features. Like, I've tried fighting whilst dancing, and I can tell you it's pretty epic. But these carriage type things, I think it should be added. It'd be really fun, especially for the kids. They're going to have an absolute hoot of a time carrying their friends around on the back with them, and just cruising around, which will get them out of being bored, sitting in this safe zone. Again, I don't like the safe zone, but it is here. Look, it even serves its purpose for me. I don't mind it. Look, it is what it is. I just think maybe, to get people to come out of there and start having some fun in here, we need to add things like that. And maybe, add some more bosses and stuff. But anyway, I'm going completely off topic. That's a different video altogether. But these carriages, I think, would be absolutely sensational. And as I said, they don't even have to be carriages. The dogs can have sleds and so forth. And you can even have special type of carriages that might, do stuff. You can always add to these. It's the rabbit hole is endless. I mean, like, only your imagination will limit you in what you can do to this game. Now, I just thought I'd pop this out there as a great idea, because I like to do it through YouTube, so that way, you see it in the game, it's like, yeah, that was my idea. I brought that up because, I love to help this game, and yeah, we all like a little bit of credit. So, but yeah, I think that's a great solution. So, it's obviously, if that would happen, it'd obviously be a bit of a time, because obviously Ragnar has to create those, he has to build them, and get all the concept arts down to place, get it all working, how's it going to move, stuff like that. But you look at the map, you look at the animals, you look at things, even something like a fireball, that's shooting around, and the effects that go with it. We're talking about Ragnar here, so it's not a big thing for him. I've seen what he can, and there is no can't with him. Actually, he can do anything. Just look at the details and the weapons and stuff like that. It's like, yeah, so putting a cart on the back of these animals, it's not a big ask. And, like, realistically, I reckon, keep it on the sort of the realm of realism. So the smaller the animal, the less carrying capability it has. So to carry, up to 3 people or 4 people, bigger animals, horses, elephants, rhinos, and so forth like that. But yeah, I think that would work. I think that's a brilliant idea, and I really like the idea of huge wars happening with horseback riding and people chucking spears and all sorts of stuff like that from the back of these carriages, and go and rolling in there with your army that can peel out the back of the carriage, and the horses can quickly bail off and bring more people back and run backwards and forwards, basically becoming transportation for your people to get into the battle and stuff like that. I think it's brilliant. So anyway, I'm going to wrap that up here. I am little Area 51 and giving you a little oh yeah. And until the next vid, guys, giving you all a huge peace out and hope everyone's well and stay safe. Bye.